Hey, Jack. There's a small door over here. Probably an access point for maintenance. Yes, Jack? Did you throw that on purpose?
Why have medical beds in such close proximity to security and the habitat?
Could be a few of the occupants were immunocompromised.
Perhaps.
Anyway, keep looking. We need to find a way into that control room.
We might have been able to leave through this airlock, if only you had an EVA suit.
Hold on. I remember this. This is where we were first brought on board. I remember Juno cycled the pressure too fast, and I...
You what?
Well, I may have vomited all over the airlock.
Oh. Well. The good news is, the door is sealed.
Probably for the best.
This control panel appears to be sealed, though what it actually controls, I'm not sure.
Only one way to find out? Well, only one quick way.
Cut the panel off?
Exactly.
I found a way to access the maintenance ducts,
That's up.
but the controls are faulty. The accessway won't stay open long enough for me to get inside.
Scoot over. Maybe I can hold it open for you. light up there, by the way?
I assume my headlamp still works?
Should do. Just press the switch on either side of your head.
Headlamp checks out. Good to go.
Right. I'll hold open the hatch. You head up into the ducts. Ready?
Ready.
There, it's open. Head on up. What do you see?
Very little. I suspect these ducts have not been accessed in quite some time.
See if you can find a path to the control room. There has to be a way to get into the control room.
I'll keep you posted. I think we may be coming up on the control room. Stand by. There's some grating blocking access to the control room. I might be able to cut through.
Do it. Not like anyone's gonna notice. Jack, over here. See anything resembling door controls up there?
Give me a moment to investigate. What about this drone?
I think it's seen better days.
It lacks power.
Maybe there's a charging port.
Perhaps. Recharging.
You're thinking it might be of some use.
The unit's drive data might still be salvageable.
Without your scanner, you'll need Popcorn to extract the data. Popcorn, you can help him out there, yeah? Seems he might have hit upon something.
I think he just passed an objective to my ARM computer.
A bit bossy, aren't you?
Popcorn has passed me the security code. 1451.
Well, maybe we can use it to get these doors open.
Override unlocked.
That did it. Security's lifted. Come on out of there. I'll meet you in the next corridor.
On our way. Come on, Popcorn. Let's go.
Great, well done in there. Yes, yes, you too. Well, there's actually a tram here. I was starting to worry...
Captain Rhodes, can you hear me?
Juno?
Juno, your signal is very faint.
The power grid is continuing to collapse. In order to depart, two problems need to be resolved. One, the tram is disengaged from the transit rail line. The second issue is that the exit airlock has been damaged. I'm uploading the schematics for the tram station to the captain's risk.
Juno.
Ah, delightful. She uploaded the tram schematics. These look, a bit in-depth. Right, let's see. Moving tram from maintenance rail to transit rail. See rail cross index walkthrough, which is... inaccessible without P clearance. Lovely. Or... Popcorn can just point out the rail lines. Also wax. Not entirely sure, but I believe that's Popcorn speak for this is the maintenance rail. And this is obviously the transit rail. The one that actually goes somewhere. So we'll need to get the tram over to it.
She also mentioned the tram airlock is no longer functional.
Right. That's the other issue. Here, let's multitask. I'll take a look at the airlock while you tackle the tram.
Divide and conquer.
Well, at least one of those.
What's first?
Well, these instructions are somewhat dense. It mentions aligning 4 stasis projectors alongside the tram. These must be them.
Align stasis projectors. I'm on it.
Right. Now, let's see how damaged this airlock actually is.
This projector arm appears to be extendable.
Excellent. Oh, bollocks. They've really mucked up these controls.
Can they be repaired?
Definitely not. Well, maybe. I'll keep you posted.
It appears I can slide the stasis projectors laterally.
Yes. 4 total, looks like. It mentions needing to lock them in place.
Projector in place.
Excellent. Just 3 more to go.
Second projector in place. The tram appears undamaged.
Yeah. It's nice to catch a break. At least every once in a while.
All projector arms raised.
Right, we still need to slide the projectors into place.
Warning. Life support failure. Please proceed to the nearest evacuation point.
Live. All projectors locked in place.
Excellent. It also mentions a release control panel that should be located below the tram.
I'm on it. I found the tram release control.
Great. Let's see what happens.
Tram released.
Okay, nice work. Let's see here. Page 1138. Words. Looks like the next step is moving the tram itself over. It mentions a tram control console on the boarding platform.
I will keep an eye out.
Oh, hi Jack. Don't worry, I've got this. How's the progress on getting the tram over to the transit rail?
Still working on it.
Excellent. Whoever trashed these controls did quite a number, I must say. Looks like this is going to take a lot of time and elbow grease.
There's a second tram over here.
Well, let's start with getting one tram operational before we quit our day jobs and become tram engineers.
Do you know anything about this stasis technology?
Seems to be pretty common tech around here. The projectors generate a stasis field that holds things in place. It's all over the station. Drawers, desk holders. It's pretty impressive.
Liv, this console has been damaged.
Well, shit.
Affirmative. Suggestions?
Maybe see if there's a manual control that can be used instead.
I found a sealed auxiliary panel.
It's worth a look. Let's get it open.
I've located a control panel.
Give it a try. Just about wrapped up these airlock repairs. How are things looking on your end?
I'm nearly finished here as well. The tram's now aligned underneath the transit rail.
Well done, Jack.
Chiron Station, rapid transit online. Now boarding.
Shall we? There's a control panel in the front. Mind doing the honors?
Destination set. Please prepare for departure.
Hold on to something, Jack.
Departing for transit hub in 3, 2, 1. Airlock cycle complete. For your safety, please hold on. Accelerating to transit speed in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god. This place is massive.
Far more expensive than even the holomap implied.
So, where is everyone? What could have happened here?
It is difficult to determine the station's condition from this distance.
Well, I'm not getting my hopes up. Wait,
Something wrong.
do you see that? Up ahead in the cavern? Oh my god. It's the biomass.
It must be reacting to the energy flowing through the tram line.
Wait. Are we? We're slowing down.
The tram is on autopilot. Controls are locked until we reach the end of the line. Well, you did want to know what happened to the station.
Right. Serves me right for asking. Is it possible to feel utterly blindsided and at the same time completely unsurprised?
Approaching destination. Stand by for deceleration. Please hold on. Reducing speed in 3, 2, 1.
At least there's one thing we know Juno was telling the truth about.
What's that?
It probably was a lot safer in the Hab.
Now arriving. Chiron Station. Central Transit Hub.
Looks clear, as far as I can tell. Let's have a look around, see what we can find.
Welcome to Chiron Station. Today's date is 24 April 2537.
Right. Well, at least the big holographic tree still works.
Indeed. It's possible the power grid is more stable in this area.
What is this?
Chiron Station. Dedicated 10th of March, 2522. Lux Hominum Vita.
Light of the life of mankind.
There's an inscription here. Dedicated to all those we have lost. Devoted to all those we have yet to save.
Doesn't exactly paint a rosy picture, does it?
Curious.
What'd you find?
A scrap of fuselage from the Kronos 2.
You sure?
The markings are unmistakable. It's been preserved in a glass display.
Awful lot of ceremony for a 400-year-old hunk of debris.
Warning. Environmental systems compromised. Atmosphere suboptimal.
Still no life support.
We still have time. We'll find a stable environment. Don't worry.
Who's worried?
All the routes are inaccessible.
Seems we were lucky that we managed to get the Hab A-tram functioning. No harm in a second look.
Transportation to Habitat B is currently unavailable. In case of an emergency, contact the station's directory.
Not been touched in ages.
This is a dead end. Let's keep looking. I'm going up.
There's an emblem here. The Polaris Initiative.
Jack? Up here. Tell me what that looks like to you.
It's an old Atlas vessel. Pioneer class.
What the hell? What's a ship from our time doing here?
I brought it here.
Juno?
Hello, Captain Rhodes. Jack. I'm glad to see you're still safe.
Juno? Are you saying this is your ship?
That's a complicated question. The ship is my home, but it doesn't belong to me.
Then who does it belong to?
I'm afraid I'm not permitted to disclose that information.
Imagine my shock.
I am sorry, Captain Rhodes. I would tell you if I could, but my directives...
What about life support? Does the ship still have atmosphere?
The ship is currently suffering the same power disruptions as the station. However, if one were to cycle the ship's reactor...
Then we'd have life support.
In theory,
How do we get on board?
The docking platform is in the next sector, through the security checkpoint. I can show you the way.
Hold on. You're not allowed to tell us anything about the ship itself, but helping us get on board, that's no problem.
My primary directive is to keep you alive, and the best way to do that is to get you on board the ship. The door's sealed. I will need a moment to bypass the security constraints.
So, you're really not part of the station?
I am what's known as a transient program, capable of gaining limited access to a variety of different networks. But I consider the ship to be my true home. There we are.
Never thought I'd see an Atlas ship out the window again.
Do you think it's safe following Juno to that ship? There's clearly a lot more she has yet to tell us.
Yeah, but not by choice. Somebody's pulling her strings. And I'll bet whoever it is, they're on that ship. Looks like we've got another door on the blink.
Let's get a closer look.
You see anything? What is that?
That is a tick. Two, actually. There's another one in here as well, feeding on the door.
I'm sorry, you say that like I'm supposed to know what it means? Oh.
Ticks are an evolved form of the biomass.
What do you mean, evolved?
Accelerated evolutionary growth is an inherent physiological trait in all biomass forms. It's one of the main reasons the biomass is so resilient.
Why does it keep following me like that?
Ticks instinctually seek out the closest viable energy source, which in this case happens to be you.
Oh, lovely. Alright, so now what do we do?
The only way we can proceed is by removing those ticks.
Well, let's have a look around then. There's got to be some way to get rid of these things.
There isn't any way to get this door open.
So long as that tick is reaching its power, the door is inoperable.
It seems likely this form of biothreat is closely related to the spore variant we are more familiar with.
It's amazing that despite all the odds, they somehow got uglier. It'd be easier to see without this thing trying to eat my face. Any ideas, Jack?
What about that disposal unit?
That might work. You'll just need to find a way to get them into the chute. It will be dangerous, but I don't see any other option. You'll need to clear the area before boarding the ship.
How the hell are we supposed to clear the room if we can't even get inside?
According to the station schematics, there should be another way to access the security checkpoint through the loading bay. It's just this way.
It's awfully dark in there. Are you sure it's safe?
I'm seeing a considerable biomass presence on the other side.
Shit.
Captain Rhodes, I'm afraid this means you'll have to stay behind.
What?
Jack and I will continue through the loading bay. Once we clear the docking terminal...
No, absolutely not.
I'm sorry, Captain, but I cannot allow you to proceed. The risk is far too great.
Well, if it's too risky for me, it's too risky for Jack.
It's all right, Liv. I'll be careful.
Jack, no. We've been over this. Listen, I know you're used to thinking of yourself as invincible, but you're not. Not anymore. If you go in there with only one shell and something happens, you could...
Actually, Captain, I think there may be a way for Jack to avoid that possibility.
Yeah, he can avoid it by not going.
As I was scanning the loading bay, I detected a working fabricator in the adjacent section. If Jack and I can get it powered on, we should be able to use it to scan his architecture into the station's database.
So, you're saying he'd be able to reboot again?
Exactly.
From what I can see, the biomass appears to be dormant. The risk is minimal.
And how long do you suppose that will last?
I promise, Captain. I won't let Jack do anything that might put him in jeopardy.
Alright. Alright. If we're gonna do this, let's do it. Just watch yourself in there, okay? I'll be waiting back at the security entrance.
Understood. I'll see you on the other side.
Let's maybe mind our phrasing, yeah?
Oh, I didn't mean...
It's alright. I know what you meant. Good luck. Popcorn.
I'll unlock the door for you. Stand by. Ready when you are. Jack, up here. The emergency power switch is in this control room.
How do I get inside?
You'll need to go through the maintenance ducts. There should be an access way nearby.
You're sure all the biomass in this sector is dormant?
As sure as I can be. Of course, that will change once we get emergency power back online.
But by then he'll be able to reboot, right?
It will take a minute or two to get Jack scanned into the system, but that is more or less correct. Ah, there you are. This override switch will restore emergency power to the local grid.
Whoa, what was that?
Emergency power has been restored. The door to the loading bay is unlocked.
What about the fabricator?
Online and ready to scan. Jack, if you'll follow me. Just climb inside and we'll begin. This will only take a few moments.
New template created. Echo Unit Series 11. Initializing fixed tomographic scan. Mapping target composition. Replicating internal functionality. Linking neural matrix to network. Scan complete.
Did it work?
Scan output shows no errors. Neural connection is green. Yes, it worked.
You're sure?
From this point forward, if Jack's shell becomes damaged or destroyed, he will automatically reprint at the nearest working fabricator.
Well, Jack? How do you feel?
Rather invincible.
All right, well, I suppose I had that coming.
It's unfortunate that fabricators are incapable of replicating organic matter. Otherwise, Captain, we'd be able to scan you into the system as well.
Right. Well, the important thing is Jack's back to normal.
We're all done here. Jack, I've reopened the access hatch. Make your way back through the maintenance duct. I'll be waiting for you by the entrance to the loading bay.
On my way.
Be careful. Restoring emergency power has awakened the biomass, so unless you're planning to test your new reboot ability, I would avoid all costs.
Understood.
Well done making it through unharmed. It's clear you've had extensive experience with the biomass.
More than enough, yes.
Now then, this corridor will take us through the loading bay and back around to the rear entrance of the security room. After you, Jack.
Liv, we are moving into the loading bay.
Copy that. Keep me posted on comms, alright?
Of course.
I'll continue to scan the station's database for any additional schematics or equipment that might be of use.
Sure, you do that. Good luck in there, Jack.
The way ahead is through this door. But if you try to open it now, the tick is sure to attack you. We should find a way to pacify it, before we even attempt opening the door.
What is this panel in the floor?
An electrical bypass. It allows you to direct emergency power to various systems in the area. You can use your cutter to gain access. You can lift the lever to reroute power. Ah, so the bypass powers the crane arm. That will certainly keep the tick occupied. Now we should be able to safely open the door. We're fortunate the store has an emergency release. Not all of them do.
Is this crane mobile?
I believe so. You should be able to use the overhead handles to push it along the rail, or use the turning wheel to rotate the arm.
I assume I'll need to cut through this panel as well.
Simply cutting through the bolt should suffice. No sense causing excess damage.
Right. Wouldn't want to compromise the pristine condition of the station now, would we?
Now just pull the release handle and the door will unlatch. That's it. You should be able to slide the door open. Shields at 95%. Shields at 50%. Shields at 30%.
Jack? Jack, are you alright?
I'm here. The fabrication process and data transfer were both successful.
Oh, thank God for that.
My former shell, were we on the Kronos 2, we would eventually attempt recovery.
That won't be necessary. We can simply continue to reprint as needed.
Suits me fine. I'm just glad we have your reboot protocols back.